Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria, 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
All right, so going straight into the conversation of the day, I'll start with this, sir. What is marriage? In your own words. In your own words.
Once again, good evening, listener, and I wish you the compliment of the season, which is the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. And I hope, by the grace of God, we all enjoy every moment of it, spiritually and psychosocially.
Yes.
What is marriage? Marriage, we are told, and we know, is the union between man and woman, where God has already ordained that we enjoy ourselves as couple, husband and wife. You do everything, and in all cases, but few, you have children. You help God to continue the procreation. Marriage essentially is about the union blessed by the church between man and woman.
Yes. In fact, you have said it all. Joyce, do you want to say something?
No, he said it all. It's all about the union of man and woman, and just like the two shall come together to become one, and that's what we understand that marriage is all about.
All right. No, this season is a very happy season. It's supposed to be a very happy one. And marriage is a place, or marriage should be all about understanding, all about tolerance, all about keeping it together. But nowadays, we have so many broken homes. So many. You hear every day that, oh, this person, they're no more staying together. They don't stay together any longer. This has happened. A lot of things. And you start wondering what is really going on. And the funny aspect of all this is that these couples date. They dated before getting married. But immediately they get to that stage of marriage, that wonderful institution, it becomes a problem. Now, I won't be surprised to hear that a lot of these happenings, bad happenings, will occur during this season that is supposed to be a very happy one, because this is a season whereby people want to do a whole lot of things, and it involves money. But you see a lot of things will happen this period. It's already happening. So that is why I brought up this topic again, to remind people, married couples to be the essence or ways you can handle your marriage, you can keep your marriage strong. So, sir, I want you to really point out reasons couples have bad marriages. Why do we have a whole lot of broken homes? Why is there no understanding any longer? Why is there no more love, respect between couples? Why do we have all this? I know it depends on the individuals, but there should be we can always generalize it. We can always generalize these reasons, because one way or the other, it will affect one couple or the other. So I want this season to be beautiful for every married couple, for every couple to be out there. So why do we have these broken homes?
The way you make your bed is the way you lie on it.
Okay.
That's the first thing I would say about this unnecessary hullabaloo, about the tension being generated this season. Don't forget that this season will come and go. Those that withstand it will enjoy their marriage thereafter. Now the question is, what are we preparing for? We are commemorating the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Did he come to separate homes?
Not at all.
When he was born, he was even born in a manger. Not in, I don't want to mention all those big hospitals. He was born in a place that you least expected the Prince of Peace, the King of Kings.
Exactly.
To be born into. He was born there. So why are we now turning the preparation for his birthday into a war zone? I must wear the latest clothes. I must wear the latest, what do you call it, shoes. Oh, I want to, this season, oh, my hubby must buy me a new car and all that. Let us not give room for the devil to operate. Whatever you see, enjoy it with your family. Because by 2nd of January, the whole season is over.
It's over.
Yes.
It's over.
So why do you want to kill yourself over ephemeral issues, things that don't last? You want to kill goats, your husband is unable. Let me give you a story, please.
Okay.
Sometimes around 1990, I was speaking with my friend that, oh boy, I not get money to do Christmas. So he now said, do you know what happened? And we were living in Lagos. He said he was carrying his second daughter, who is now married with children, in his arm, just sitting outside. Then his friend passed by. What do you do now? I just did. He said, come, I bet maybe we'll go Boundary Market together. You know, Boundary Nigeria side. So they drove to the place. As the guy was buying things, he bought for him.
Okay.
He bought chicken and bought tomatoes and rice. You know, small quantities. So by the time he got home, the wife was surprised. Where did you get this from? He said, it's one day my friend and said I should follow him till today. We said, why am I telling you this? He said, I can feed a community now. But that time it was tough for him. You know, so I don't know why people don't look beyond the season. I should expect people to be thinking of giving in marriages, celebrating the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, and having time out with your family, no matter how little it is. If you cannot afford it, don't kill yourself. Tomorrow is another day. I want to say this, and I want to appeal to our women folks. Do not pressure your husbands. They are going through a lot. The fact that they cannot supply all those things you dream of does not mean they are no longer your husbands. They are still there for you. It's just that things have changed. And everybody know right now that the economy is not too friendly.
Yes.
And usually when the economy is not friendly, it affects those that are already down the strata.
Yeah.
So you don't say, oh, suddenly your husband should be like Dangote. Or your husband should suddenly become like Femi. You know, the thing is that at that point, the economy is not too good. Even the rich also adjust. Let us, but our husbands too should be opened to our wives and say,
women, yes.
look, that 1 naira I was expecting, it seems it's not coming. Because I've gone to the office several times, it seems it's not coming. Let us adjust. And I don't like borrowing. I don't want to borrow to celebrate this season. And I believe with prayers and understanding, both partners will understand and move on. Like I keep telling certain people when they care to listen, I said, if you put garri inside water and soak it, your stomach will swell up. Nobody outside will know what you have eaten. But if you also go to the eatery and decide to spend what you should have used to cook a pot of soup at a sitting, it is your business.
It is. Really.
But if you now begin to scratch your head in the morning, then bear it. The bottom line is that the husband should be open to the wife, and the wife should be receptive and understanding. That is the way I see it. You talked about divorce, the rate of divorce these days.
Yeah.
I think brothers and sisters, friends, let's tell ourselves the truth. The rate of divorce was very low compared to like 10 years ago. But yes, very low. But today, the internet has made it something else. You see people trying to compare themselves with other families. There is this saying the grass is greener on the other side. But my dear, when you jump to that compound, you see that the grass was actually brownish.
True.
But the family watered it.
Oh.
They watered their grass, and they keep watering it so that it will be green and lush. So if you want your own to be green, water it. And that's why I say love is not instantaneous. Love grows.
It grows. It grows, truly.
Love grows.
Yes.
You have feelings for a lady or a guy. Gradually, you both begin to reason alike. And then you now say, well, I think we can live our lives together. That feeling begin to grow. And when you now live together, you begin to reason so much together that at a point you look alike.
True.
So love grows. And it's a chemistry that you cannot destroy. But the moment you begin to think at variance, that is where you begin to compare. My husband's dressing style is not the way I wanted. I wanted him to be like John
To be
Woo.
like this, to be like that.
Then
True.
The husband will keep saying that, oh, my wife is no longer like Bashos, or she throws clothes around, or her shoe is not shiny. If it's not shiny, on your way from outside, buy
a new
and
one.
bring. Oh, my husband, there must be room for understanding. You don't have to quarrel. You just understand each other. Yes, sometimes there could be some areas of disagreement, but God has made it so sweet that you keep disagreeing to agree.
Exactly.
For whatever reasons you disagree, find 1,000 reasons to agree. And learn to be patient with each other. Learn to understand that the other person is a human being. It's not an angel like you. You know?
Alright.
So like I said, let us learn to make it work.
Yes.
And it will work.
It will definitely work if we try to make it work. All right, so let's take this break. And when we come back, we'll continue with this very interesting conversation. Don't go anywhere. All right, dear listeners, if you're just tuning in, this is Life Essential Talk on Radio Maria, the voice of truth. And we have been talking about ways to keep your marriage strong this season and always. I have a very, very distinguished guest, Sir Mark Ehigalua, who has been doing justice to this very topic. And with me to anchor the program is Miss Joyce Angel. I remain Uche Chukwuma. All right, so going into that conversation, from what he said, lack of understanding, no patience, and no respect, no tolerance, they are all the causes, yes, of breakdown in marriages, especially at this time that we need that understanding, because it has a lot to do with money. I know when there is no money, everyone gets a bit stressed, gets angry. Everyone gets angry or stressed, one way or the other. So there should be that understanding between couples, married couples, if you really want to still have your marriage intact. It's very important. It's not that this season, just like Sir Mark said, will not be there for. In fact, it's just for. Is it not just a day?
Just a day.
It's just a day. Somebody will say. There's someone I know that once said Christmas is a scam. I say, hey, wahala. Because you have to spend a whole lot. You just have to. If you're traveling at this time, you know what you're going to get out there, because people expect so much from you.
I know a couple that was supposed to travel to Imo State this season. They calculated the cost of traveling and the cost of being home for this period, and they said they will not go home. They will travel around January when the tension is down, because you can't imagine flights these days. You know what it takes.
It's in fact
the roads are not too safe. Then you now think of the stress. At the end of the day, you are looking at over #1 million.
Over is just that is it. It's
Just
true.
for just 1 week.
And then they now said, go and buy gold, maybe 35,000, 30,000 thereabouts. enjoy ourselves, have drinks, go to church and all that.
Yes.
So people should not pressure themselves. And I'm appealing to the women, I keep saying it. Because we look at trendy things on social media. That is where you begin to pick things from. Say, this is the raining clothes.
Yes. The hair. What about the human hair?
Yeah, the human hair. And then the nails.
The
and
nails.
All that. Please don't
and
kill
so
yourself
on and so
because
forth.
it is just a day. A day
A
celebration.
day and it's over. So it's a whole lot. So let's now go into this. I want to ask this. You have mentioned all that, the causes of breakdown of marriages. So what ways, I want to really hear, we want to hear ways to keep our marriage intact, stronger this season, stronger always, to avoid conflicts in marriage.
Not only this season.
And that's why I said always, because for me, I can describe that stress in marriage. I can say it's just like living in hell.
That's true.
Honestly.
That's true.
So what are the ways, really?
Like we have been talking, I know that in between we have been providing
Yes, we
ways,
mentioned, yes.
But I'll specifically say foundation matters a lot. Going into marriage, what is a foundation like? Gone are the days when ladies or men were introduced to themselves. For instance, in those days there was no Abuja. You virtually live in Lagos or Onitsha or Kano. And as you are walking, your mother or your father will be approached. This CC that just finished primary school, or this secondary school, we would like her to marry our son, who works in so and so company in Lagos. So, that picking when you bought that time, you say yes, okay, no problem. And the funniest thing, as they just approach, that's the end of the deal. By the time they now come the next time, they are coming to pay that rate. Meanwhile, the guy is somewhere in Lagos or Kano or even in London schooling. And they'll just package the girl, go give the man. Neighbors would think he's the younger sister. Before you say Jack, baby is coming. Excuse me. And as the babies start coming, first of all, you notice that the woman takes care of the house. As young as they were, clean the house, the man goes to work, come back. Before he gets home, food is ready. Water is boiled if the season is not favorable.
Okay.
And before you know what's happening, they live 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So why is it that our young ladies or young boys of these days don't copy what happened that time?
Exactly.
They will tell you that, it was more of slavery and all that. Now that you are free, is it paying off?
It's not.
So you should answer that question. It's not. So if it's not paying off, then it means you should trace your steps backward.
Yes.
Say, where did we get it wrong? Funny enough, the time we spend in courtship is becoming corrupted these days. You see young chap and young lady spending over 3 years or more
6 or 5
courting
years.
Themselves. All
And
right.
at the end of the day-
Just let me intercept a little bit. All right, dear listeners, it's time for you to call in. Kindly call us on this number 081 084 47518. You can send SMS or you send your message via WhatsApp 081 084 47518. Please, we would love to hear from you. Remember, the topic is ways to keep your marriage stronger this season and always. 081 084 47518. All right, sorry.
No, it's
Okay, so you can,
the thing is, why are we not emulating what made marriages successful?
Those days.
Like this, you caught a lady for 5-6 years, The least you see sometimes is 3 years. Suddenly, when it's time, say, when your friends are now saying, "Guy, I'm not ready. She's not my spec." What are you talking about?
After courting for years.
Yes.
And you have raised the hope of the young lady. And because of that multiple heartbreaks, you see ladies now becoming hardened to go into marriage. And that's why you see a lot of ladies.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Isaac.
Okay, please, where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Durham.
Okay, nice to have you on the show. Let's hear you.
I love the program you guys are doing. You know, it's very, very important, especially in a time like this. You know, now there is something I want to say. You know, some of the time, people are in courtship, people get married, but some of the time, if you are, maybe to me, I'm a Catholic, so my different church, when you want to get married, try to relate with your priest. You understand what I'm saying? Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Okay.
You know, I remember that year, you know, my priest was asking me, he said, when I brought the woman I want to get married to, so she now asked the woman, she was asking, he was asking the woman, he said, who does she, you know, here to take advice from? Like somebody that if there is any problem, if you talk to that person and that person talks to her, yeah, she will listen. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. So, but sometimes, some people doesn't have somebody they listen to, especially the men. They don't even have who they listen to. Like, for instance, now, if you meet my priest, maybe my wife, I'm having problem with my wife, and she runs to my priest and complain about what I'm doing. Immediately I hear his phone number, his call. Before I know it, I will mail them. And whatever he advises me, I take it. But some of us, we get into marriage, we don't have anybody we listen to. So maybe they can only listen to their mother, or maybe their past, their family. But too many people get themselves in the town, you just get married from inside the beer parlor at the end of the day. You know what you see there is disaster, because when you pick a woman, matters a lot. And when you pick a man, it matters a lot. So that is the only little contribution I want to contribute, my dear.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. You heard him.
He's talking about mentorship. Mentorship.
That's one of the ways to keep
Yes.
your marriage strong.
Yes.
Yes.
And I am an advocate of that.
Okay.
Sometimes when I talk to some young chaps, I tell them, who do you listen to? Because when you say somebody is sponsoring your wedding, it's not that the person wants to buy all the things for you. The person is there to witness and to make sure they guard you from falling.
Do they
and
really know
guide
the
you.
meaning of that
No,
sport?
they don't know.
Some
it's
don't.
just some don't. So
A lot of people don't know. I'm sponsoring a wedding next week here. I asked them to come, and after praying with them, I told them that you will listen to me. Because sometimes I'll have to talk to you in a very harsh tone that you need to listen. And they said, Daddy, no problem. I said, yes, because this internet has broken homes.
A lot.
In the olden days, I want to go back, whether people like it or not. Our parents always had somebody they would listen to. Once the woman, after serving her husband, maybe there's a trouble in her house, and she sneaks through the back door, she's going to meet that grandma or that grandpa and report the matter. By the time the husband sees Papa that wrap around with walking stick come to the house or send the boy to go and call him, you know that there's trouble. And by the time he gets there, he talk to them, say, okay. By the time the husband gets back home, no more quarrel. So why can't we have mentors? Our mentors these days are peer parlors. It is wrong. You can't get good advice from the peer parlor. I keep saying it. Rather, you hear divergent opinions that are not promoting your unity. And you cannot get it. Please, yes, your priests or your pastors or your elderly men, they are there. Those that have tread that path for a while, they are there to share their experience with you. That's exactly what that caller is talking about.
Yes.
Mentorship.
Yes.
You know.
All right, I think we have another caller. Hello. 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 Please, what's your name and where are you calling from? I think we have lost that call. Please call us back. We would love to hear from you. The number to call is 081 084 47518. 081 084 47518. All right. Okay. Hello. Hello. Nice to have you on the show. Good evening. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mrs. Rosemary.
Oh, nice to have you here. You're calling from Kubwa. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you have for us?
I want to really, this topic is a very good topic for encouragement for the young ones coming up. Not like us that we are spent at 1 year in the marriage. So, as they say going, that marriage is not based on roses. It entails a lot of things. It entails a lot of things. For 31 years, from my mentor is God and the scripture, the word of God, not even human being. Just being close to God. Read the scripture. I know at my young age I was like, but along the line I began to, when I begin to hear the word of God, it changes my marriage. Changing my husband will tell you that my wife stay with Jesus. That's why it's always said. Because anything that I know I cannot solve, me cannot advise me, I go to God.
That's good.
Always lead me.
That's good.
Just being close to God in the family is the best way. Not even having mentors. There are some mentors that can make you fail.
It's true. It's very true. Yes.
It's the truth.
It's the truth, truly.
Mentor you have as a man or a woman or as a family is God. Just go back to God.
Okay.
And go with direct your footsteps.
All right. Thank
But
you.
at 1 year, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you
It was
do.
not easy. It was not easy, but the grace of God was upon the family. Because I embraced God and I made sure my husband embraced Christ.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Okay, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Ours is we should be close to God,
God
being
at all
prayerful,
times.
which is another way of keeping marriages strong. Okay, we have another caller. Hello. Good evening. Nice to have you here.
My name is Michael Mugwari.
Oh, nice to have you, Michael. Please, let's hear you.
Concerning marriage, I discovered that this our generation now, we are lost with what we need than what we want. Because in the sense that everybody now, they are just looking after money and not after the family.
Yeah.
And our generation now, based on what is happening with the girls or other stuff, they see that I should get married now, see that like this or happening for that one. So nobody has really focused on that one married. Everybody don't take money.
Okay.
I think that's my question. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you. All right, so we'll take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with this thrilling talk. Don't go anywhere. Hi, dear listeners. If you're just tuning in, this is another special edition, in fact, holiday edition of Life Essential Talk on Radio Maria, the voice of truth. And we have been talking about ways to keep your marriage strong or stronger this season and always. We have been having this conversation with Samak Ehigaloa. All right, so let's continue with ways. There's another thing I think that it can always keep couples together. One of those ingredients that I see as a success is this being friendly, making your spouse your friend. Sometimes couples live as if they are masters and slaves. No you don't even see that affection between them. It's so hard to watch when you see couples behave as if they are not married. They are just there just for the sake of being together. And I think being friends will really make any marriage to be strong. What do you say about
Of course,
that?
you couldn't have married her or him if you were not friends.
So what happens later on?
Whatever was that ingredient that made you, to marry each other, keep the fire glowing.
Well, it doesn't work in some cases.
That woman, 31 years.
Yes.
There were hiccups along the line,
She even said so.
but they didn't give up.
At all.
You will always have hiccups along the line. You will always have them. I keep saying it, but with the grace of God beside you, you will not give up and you will succeed. And when you get to that level, you will now begin to look down and say, so we passed through all this. So why I keep, you hardly see couples that are 15, 20 years in marriage thinking of breaking up.
You hardly see
It's
that.
mostly within 3 years.
Yes.
So what is the problem? It means the foundation was faulty.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's before you continue, let's remind our callers, our listeners of the number to call 081 084 47518. 081 084 47518. Let's hear what you have to say about this.
Well, if you see a young lady or a young man, you both approach each other. Mostly it's the man that approach the lady and says,
Ladies, yes.
I think I like you, and you begin to chat with each other. I'm not talking of social media chatting. Physical chatting makes you to understand each other. You understand yourself, whether you want to be together or not.
Okay, before you continue, let's take this call. Hello. Good evening. Nice to have you on the show. Please, what's your name?
My name is Clare. I'm calling from the Bay.
Oh, nice to have you here. What do you have to say?
My contribution, I'm just hearing your program. I came and just listening at the My contribution is we just have to be faithful
Okay.
to our partner.
Okay.
That's one of the ingredients.
Just have to be straightforward to things. Like me, last month I made a mistake that I'm still regretting up till now.
Oh.
I saw a lot of 25,000 in my phone. The government sent money for us.
Okay.
25,000, I didn't tell my wife. I used the money on my own way. Today that they have paid me my salary, I want to give her everything the salary and then I'll confess to her.
Yeah.
And I'll tell her this thing happened last month or something happened last month. I already money in these 2 weeks. So forgive me. This is my salary. Take it for that excellent stuff. If you can be doing like that for our wives, at least they will be a happy home and church to the day.
True.
That's what it's sincere to each other. That's not hiding things for each other.
Yes.
I did that job, I didn't have rest of mind. I spent the money for the useless with the 5,000. So my culture was just judging me. Why would I be like that this period? That's kind of my because that was someone or two things. They're married for like 14 years now.
Wow.
You see?
Yeah. That is my contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for telling us this.
You see?
This is a very profound
Because
contribution.
He has conscience.
Conscience. Being open. You know, you
Yes.
mentioned
Yes,
being
you
open.
just have to be opened, and that's the only way things will go well. Be opened, and in most times, your partner knows what to expect. And when you do that, okay, marriage of 14 years,
Yes.
you can't hear that from a marriage of 3 years. You
That's what I was going to
you say, is he the one that gave me, or is she the one that gave me? This is my money.
This is my
I can
money.
use it
Exactly.
anyhow I want to
Anyhow
use
I
it.
want.
Life is not like that. No, life is not like that. As a woman, even if the money surprisingly enter your account from government, you have something in mind you want to spend the money on. You talk to your husband, sweet, so and so money came, you know, I've been asking you to do this thing for me, can I use it to buy it? The husband will say, oh, go ahead. Since I cannot afford it now, go ahead. Thank God for this money. And you see the harmony created there? No quarrels. So I am thinking that we should embrace God, study the life of Mary, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, that holy family, study the lives of parents that have lived 20 years, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years in marriage, and begin to find out how did they succeed. Learn not to quarrel with each other. Learn not to argue. If you argue, let it be on principle. At the end of the day, you both agree.
Argue fairly, truly.
Yes. Not that you must stand your ground and be faithful to your union.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello. Good evening. Nice to have you on the show.
My name is Uche, calling from Airport Road.
Oh, nice to have you here. What's your contribution?
Yes, my contribution is that I think it's very, very important that couples come together to discuss the fact that relationship is pretty different from marriage. Right? And when people are in a relationship, the kind of money that the guy might give to the girlfriend, then maybe his immediate response to her needs or her demands might not actually be same in marriage, because then there will be multiple responsibilities in the marriage.
Exactly.
So the woman might demand, and man will not be able to meet such demand immediately, and the wife might feel like, oh, you have changed, this is not how you were when we were working with friends, that's the first thing you didn't mean again. So it's not like this. I don't think quarreling or fighting or,
we do any good.
Like,
Yes.
Defensive will solve the problem. Let them just come together. So you see, we are married now and we have so much responsibility. So they expect me to make the respond immediately to me. I will do it. Just calm down. Once I get what you want, or get what is valid, I'll give it to you. So my conclusion is that there should always be this
Communication, truly.
Yeah, communication in marriage goes a long way.
Yes.
There should always be communication. We should reason to come together, pour out your heart. You don't have to hide anything from each other, because that's the 1 plus 1 now. Equals 1. No longer 2. So no one else anything.
Yes.
To himself. This is
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sometimes not partner. You are one.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Everyone should be open
To each other.
Don't
Thank
have to
you.
hide anything from each other.
Exactly.
You have to be one, and you have to be sensitive to each other.
Truly.
Don't have to hide. Say everything the way it is.
Exactly.
And I think with this, the family can actually
The marriage will be stronger. All right. Thank you so much for that contribution. Really appreciate.
Once I was going to, in fact, more like this, more like a learning for me, especially we the Gen Zs, because the topic we're discussing about, the whole problem we're having in the society is actually most times I would say it's caused by us, our gender, we ladies of nowadays, because most of the times we're actually, oh, this person's marriage is like this person's marriage is like this. I have a friend that, just like what you said, she was just married. In fact, that marriage, I know all what she spent and everything. Just 2 years. She just said, hey, she's just bored.
Oh, she's bored. She got bored.
I seen, when we're asking, what's the, I said, oh, she's just bored anyways. That the husband is becoming boring. That seeing him every day. In fact, she just needs some time off.
Oh.
So I just wonder that, like, hearing all this, in fact, with all the people that have called and so far, it looks like the problem is our generation, because I don't know what advice are they going to give us, because it's not like most of us or the current generation don't really have what's it called, mentors. But the question is, most of the people, I have one of my friends when she was getting married, and she was like, so we suggested somebody in our president, okay, let the person be a mentor. He said no, he doesn't have money.
Exactly. Now, I want to quickly talk about that lady that got bored in her marriage. Her mindset going into that marriage was totally faulty. Now, she needed to heal it by communicating with her husband. If she wanted an outing at a certain point in time, she'll tell her,
She said she has told him.
let's arrange, let's go out and all that. I will tell you, during COVID, it was like we were caged.
Yeah.
By the time they opened, sometimes they would just open the road. I'll just tell my wife, enter, me, we'll drive around. We could just drive from our house round to city center to everywhere. Thank God. Without branching anywhere, we'll just drive around, say, thank God. Yeah, so in some marriages, it could be like that.
Okay.
The woman may just be tired of staying indoors all the time. But I say something. Our women or our people don't read again. Books. I'm not talking of phones. No,
Books.
Books.
Mm.
You had books those days you could read.
About marriages.
Not really about
marriages or
anything, about life.
It
A novel.
Yeah,
Could be a
novels to
novel.
read.
Yes.
They have series of books. You see yourself exchanging books to read. And that diverted people from negative thoughts. But I tell you that from Facebook, you see they go to Instagram, to TikTok, to all manner of places.
Yes.
Nothing is edifying.
At all.
So that's why the person feels, my husband is not into this. The husband might be a bookworm. Or he might be pressured from work. I have a friend, I went to him yesterday night at about 8:30. He said he was going to work till 2 o'clock. So I said, but how do you say, my wife's time is different from mine? We have 3 hours apart.
Okay.
So, but they are together. The woman understands him, he understands the woman. So I basically want to talk to our youth of these days. When I say youth, I'm not saying the singles. I'm saying the young ones that are married.
1 year,
they should hold on fast and firm. The marriage will work. All those negative things you are seeing around, they are part of life. We cannot, my friend used to say, we cannot get angry and leave this world. So if you cannot leave this world out of anger, then don't leave your marriage out of boredom or whatever.
And the wives in choosing who they call their marriage counselors.
Yes. All right. So we would have loved to continue with this, to talk on and on and on. My distinguished guest is so ready to say a whole lot, but unfortunately, time is not on our side. In fact, I've been signaled severally to leave. All right. So thank you so much, our dear listeners, for your contributions. Thank you for expressing yourselves. Would love to hear from you next time. And from Uche Chukwuma, from Joyce, and from our distinguished guest, Samake Higalua, we say bye. So see you next week. Bye.
Thank you.